is up, Joey?
Yo, checking this text from Reiko. What's Zillow gone wild? She's saying we should be on a TV show in Japan.
Dude, we've been
What's
getting hit up. For anyone listening, people have been hitting us up about TV shows. I think where were you? You were on a flight, and I talked to someone from London. They produce like all these Netflix shows, and they're like, hey, we're interested in Akiya kind of UK thing. And I was like, oh, okay.
Oh
But
yeah, I remember seeing some email. Yeah, there was some British show.
yeah, so
Interesting.
we could have a reality show. We could pitch this. I think we would be, fun fact, Joey in high school, you were on a TV show, right?
Not high school, in
Oh,
college in Tokyo. Yeah, I was on TV for like 3 seasons of Shimajiro's Kodomo Challenge, like kids challenge. I was like the Steve of Blue's Clues on this
you're
TV
the
show. There was like
Steve of
yeah,
Blue's Clues. Sick.
yeah, the Japanese Blues Clues. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm dialing in from Lisbon, Portugal. Portugal's dope, man. We should consider moving here too.
Could be an option.
Anyways, speaking of getting you to move out of Canada, we have put in, or in the process of putting in, another offer for another Tokyo spot.
Dun dun dun.
So the last spot fell through, unfortunately, and we're sticking with it. And we've identified, actually, our real estate agent identified another spot. We had sent him a couple spots just to restart the search. And one of the options was, he was like, hey, I found this property west of where you guys were thinking previously, and it's quite a bit far west. But Joey, give us the high level deets of this Tokyo base camp, or Tama base camp, or whatever we're calling it.
We're missing the air horn from the
Yeah,
roadcaster.
I know. I didn't bring the roadcaster to Portugal
So
next time.
this property, I've been saying, like, just in our conversations back and forth, I've been saying it's technically Tokyo. Like, it's pretty far west. It's in Tama City. There's like a big river southwest Tokyo, the Tama River, and actually our university not too far from there. I don't know, still like maybe 30-minute bike ride. So we're like a 30-minute bike ride further west than when we went to university. I'm using bike ride because I don't think there's any direct train lines that go between the university and where this house is.
Yeah.
Tama City. It's like this large golf resort type looking area. So definitely suburbs of Tokyo, or even not really Tokyo, just technically part of Tokyo, as in part of Tokyo Prefecture.
Yeah, our address is Tokyo, but I think like anyone you ask in Tokyo are going to be like, "Oh, you live far away." So we've discussed it. And we'll discuss it
How
more in a little bit.
two
But
2.5 hours from Narita.
2.5 hours from Narita, and just like geographically looking at a map, imagine central Tokyo. We're very far west of central Tokyo. Narita is like southeast, I'd say. So the
Yeah, the
airport is,
opposite.
yeah, it's brutal. 2.5 hours from the airport. But
All right, let's start with the pros, actually. Let's not
okay,
start with the cons. Let's start with the
okay.
pros.
Cool. So pros, first off, price. So this is listed at about 18 million yen, which translates with the current exchange rate to about 115,000 US dollars. It's built in 1971. It's 1,073 square foot. So this is like 100 square meters, roughly, maybe a little bit more. But the cool part is the land, 2,600 square feet. I don't know what this is in square meters, but this is a really big spot in Tokyo. And I think the biggest pro is it was recently renovated. They're just finishing the renovation right now.
I got the square meters here.
Okay,
100 square meters, the building, and
nailed it.
240 square meters, the land.
We get a parking spot. It is a steel frame. This could be like lipstick on a pig, but honestly, Joe and I talked back and forth for a little bit. We already have one Akiya renovation project. We're stretched thin.
That's dragging on.
Yeah, this is a turnkey property in Tokyo for 115K USD. Pretty good.
Yeah, price is right. Newly renovated. How old is it? What's the
71, so
age?
about
1971.
53 years old. So about the
It's
same.
older than J-Lux. No? Or
Yeah,
same
but
age?
it is older, but it sounds like it's been renovated, and we'll put the listing also in the description. Take a look at it. It looks clean. Everything's
Yeah,
new.
for For people not familiar with Japanese renovations, and even if you have an owner change property, if you own like a condo unit and then you have a tenant that leaves, Japanese people expect a light renovation apparently. And the renovations in Japan, my personal feelings on them is they're usually pretty cheap.
Mhm.
They come with these unit shower, unit kitchens, they call them. It's basically like a drop in place, one and done, all in one system. If you've ever been to like a hotel where you have to step up and go into the bathroom, and the entire bathroom is like one enclosed thing. That's what they do when they renovate these homes. They drop one of those in, and the kitchen unit is very similar thing, but just applied to what you need in a kitchen. So it looks like when they say that it's been renovated, it looks like new wallpaper, new flooring, new unit shower, new unit kitchen, and maybe just upgraded. The lighting isn't the lights that they put on the ceiling, not great. They put new ones up there. So that's what they mean, but it looks good. It looks like a brand new house when you're looking at it from the inside.
Lipstick on a pig. Some of the finishes they use are definitely cheap, but yeah, we just can't handle another project. And we discussed in our last episode, we just really need a home base in Tokyo. No more sleeping on floors or friends' houses. So overall, I think this property has a lot of land. And I think the best part, I think one of the deal, not breaker. What's the opposite of deal breaker?
Sorry, I
Deal.
keep thinking of you
Yeah.
sleeping on Dimitri's
It's,
floor.
it's brutal, man.
The air mattress
If
deflated throughout the night, and
we're gonna sleep like
I
this.
slept on the bed, and Tage was just sleeping on a hardwood floor.
This is got to take the steps here. But anyways, we have a garage, which is cool. So this house, if you're trying to imagine it, is like on a hillish or raised up, and underneath there's like a concrete box for a garage. I really like this place because we only have two neighbors, and it's like a big plot of land. It feels like a castle almost, where it's elevated by this stone wall. We have this big plot of land. Neighbors are pretty far away, and then we back up to this giant golf course.
Yeah, I really like that. Let me try to describe it as well. So if you're on the street level and you look towards the house, there's this very tall stone wall. Maybe it looks like 10, 12 feet high stone wall. And then there's a staircase. You go up the staircase and then you're on this sort of elevated plateau type thing. And then the house sits on that. So when you're on the street level and you look at the house, you only see the wall. Maybe you can just see the roof of the house, and it's this interesting stonework. So yeah, it really does look like a castle, like I said. And it does back onto the golf course. There's like a tree line in between the golf course and us, but as we've seen at the Beppu property, there's some homes near J-Lux in Beppu that back onto this forest park thing. And we're looking at those homes and we're like, oh, that's really nice to have the forest in the back there. This house has that, so that's pretty cool.
Yep. So immediately livable, fully renovated. We're still going to do a home inspection to see underneath if there's like things they hid. They put insulation in the roof, not the walls. There's new ACs. Yeah, like we need this, Joey. We can't take another full renovation project. We looked at a couple other properties that are better location but not livable, and I don't know.
Yeah, no full renovation project right now. This will give us a foothold in Tokyo, so we're not sleeping on hardwood floors at friends' houses or in really bad hotels in Kabukicho. But this will allow us to be in Tokyo for longer periods of time and potentially some point in the future look at actually buying a cheaper house and then renovating it in a more downtown type area. This will give us that home base to launch these operations from. And as Tage mentioned, we've got a garage on this house as well, so we can get a little K truck, which is also really nice. It opens up the rest of Japan for us. We were looking at a property in Shizuoka not too long ago, but really it was like, how are we going to get to Shizuoka flying into Narita? And so this kind of gives us that foothold in Eastern Japan, Tokyo metropolitan area, to expand further into Tokyo and buy like a real rundown Akiya or expand to other places in that sort of general area.
Yeah, with our price range of around this 100K, it's either a shitty place in a good location or a good location. Sorry, shitty place in a good location or a bad location but nicer place. So I think we're opting for that ladder. And to Joey's point, we're going to use this as a home base to hopefully step up to something more central. One of the big things was when we bought our Akiya down in Beppu, the car was clutch. Like we needed the car to get furniture, go around places. We also needed space for Amazon. We like sent a ton of stuff Amazon. Some of these Akiyas that we've seen for this in the price range in central Tokyo, like I don't even know where they put packages. I don't even know if we'd have road access to bring a couch anywhere close by car. So at least this is really simple, and we know this isn't a I wouldn't consider this an A deal, maybe not even a B plus deal, but it's just progressing us in the right spot. And one of the big things that we feel comfortable with is that this is generally a pretty nice spot for around 100K. This is Tokyo. We do think it'll appreciate or at least hold its value, according to our real estate agent. But we also feel like, I don't know, I think we could do some design changes, make this nice, make this really comfortable, and potentially flip it in a couple years.
Yeah. Oh, another pro is the huge yard. They put gravel down, so it's really just like a no-scaped yard. That's what they call it in Santa Fe, no-scaping. But yeah, very large yard. Which just playing around on the Akiyamart website, I was looking at. This is when I was looking at Beppu. What makes a property in Beppu worth $300,000 versus the 40,000 that we bought ours? And most of the time, it was yard size. All these homes had a large yard, so that's a good sign, good indicator, I would say, to hold value as well, is just the amount of land that you get with this property as well.
Okay, time to do some landscaping. Japanese garden, cactus garden, sauna,
Sauna,
shed.
yeah,
Yeah, I think
yeah.
we are also so freaking close to a golf course. The golf course surrounds us. So I'm not a golfer. I don't think Joey is either, but time to buy a set of clubs maybe.
Yeah, I'm definitely down to hit some balls, actually. Just wanted to make a note, just say something on, you were talking about having the car. Like, when we were in Beppu, yeah, it was invaluable borrowing our friend's car when we first moved down there. That being said, we did learn that places like Nitori, which is a large department furniture store in most major cities in Japan, Nitori does deliver, and that's actually how we got our. No, we picked up the couch. Anyways, Nitori
Yeah,
does deliver, and I'm sure if you bought a place in Tokyo, I'm sure most stores you go to, you could probably get them to deliver. But it's just like we must have made a million trips to the hardware store, Hero say, like, you're gonna get them
totally.
to deliver every little thing. The car just does make it so much easier. That
Yep.
being said, if you don't have a car, I think you can probably still figure it out. So many of these places do deliver.
I think a fact though is if you are planning to DIY or be more involved in the renovation of your Akiya or abandoned home, especially in a central location or I don't know, anywhere, a car is undoubtedly such a valuable resource, especially a truck or a bigger car, right?
Yeah, I was talking to people that follow Anton on social media. He was saying that I met him at this conference I spoke at last month in Tokyo, and he was saying that he had just picked up a K truck as well.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I do think if you're doing real DIY stuff or more hands on, yeah, you're gonna need a car. You're gonna need to transport large, bulky items.
All right. We've talked about the good. I think there's a lot of goods, and we're not like this wasn't like an immediate yes, smash out of the park. We should put an offer on this property, but we did think about the longer term vision here. So there's some pretty bads, I would say, Joey. Location, first off. So we are not super far away, but door to door, I believe on Google Maps, we need to take a bus to the station, and then we can take a train from the station. There's like a high speed train or a limited
Express.
expressway, yeah, to Shinjuku. I think door to door, it's 49 minutes, I believe, closer to an hour.
Yeah. That's very like ICU. ICU is the name of a college we went to. That's pretty much in line with ICU, I think. That was
Yeah,
about
but
40-50 minutes to Shinjuku.
we can speed things up. So if we get bikes, it's a 9-minute bike ride to the station, and then I think like a 29-minute or something like that high speed train. So 38 minutes door to Shinjuku. Pretty good, but also at the same time, like nobody's going to visit us. Let's be honest. It's going to be really hard to get to our spot.
I think we can at least do one pizza party a summer,
Okay.
and we can convince people to come visit. But
We'll probably have to pick them up from the train station or something, but
yeah,
one housewarming and but Yeah, that's a bad part. There's no
Uh, yeah,
yeah,
also, I don't know, I don't love having to time the trains, like, to get to the that's
yep,
one thing I like about Japan is you can just show up and a train will come pretty soon, but to have to time it, watch the schedule and, okay, next express train in 20 minutes, let me bike to the train station so I don't miss it. That just that adds for me, that adds another level of stress on top of the long commute.
yep. One of my first things when I go to places, I look at the Google Maps, like, where's the closest ramen? Where's the closest convenience store? We're pretty dang far from stuff. I think it's a 20 minutes, like, kinda the closest convenience store by walk, which doesn't seem too bad, but also, yeah, it's not great.
40 minutes to grab ice cream?
No,
Man,
it's
not
not oh,
great.
yeah. But with bikes, so another flip side, once we get bikes, we are next to all these parks. There seems to be, like, all these really beautiful biking paths. So, on paper, doesn't look great. Who whatever. Like, I think we'll have fun either way, and, we're looking at this more mid to short term. I think we could sell this, but those are locations the worst part, right?
Ooh, yeah, location. It's a real trek to get to and from the city. It's
But
pretty much like living in Yokohama is like how I've been thinking about it, or Saitama.
okay. For us, though, to drive door to door from, let's say, our garage to Shinjuku, looking at the map right now, 28 minutes. That's not too bad. If we wanted to drive into the city, it's going to be crazy once we get in the city. But I wonder how much tolls are. So we can drive to the city. I think that's a good. If we just can't drink, note, you cannot have one. You're not allowed to have one beer and drive. So that's we could do true DD days, I
Yeah,
guess.
designated driver.
Like, the more I think about, the location's fine. I think for what we're getting, like, just the feeling of being able to almost immediately move in is worth it versus, like, us getting a Akiya that needs work for us to clean it again. I don't have the spirit to do that right now.
Yeah.
Uh, our next steps, we are doing a home inspection. Our real estate agent's actually going to head there tomorrow, or actually Friday, to take a look at it. He said some interesting things to us. We were worried, like, how competitive is this? He mentioned, like, for this price range, if someone were to buy this for this amount, they would probably up level. So he didn't imagine there's going to be too many competitors in the US. Like, people would be all over this, but it is
What did he
comforting. Is
Yeah, he said something like because it can't be rebuilt or because of its age or it can't for some reason like that, it would be very hard for a Japanese person to get a mortgage on this
Mhm.
property. Very likely any buyers for this property are going to need to be cash buyers, regardless of whether they're foreign or Japanese. And so if a Japanese person has $115,000 cash that they're looking to spend on a home, he said very likely they're going to use that as a down payment on a much more expensive home anyways. So he did make it sound like this is an interesting sort of sweet spot where the inability for anyone to get a mortgage to buy this property has made the value what it is 115. So maybe it is a very interesting kind of low price zone.
Yeah,
I can't remember
just
what the reasoning was.
another highlight. Japanese people don't like old things. They like to buy new things. So domestically, I think this is less attractive to most folks. Us Americans or North Americaners, we love old stuff. I feel like the rest of the world loves old stuff that is
Yeah,
refurbished. Culturally, I don't think a Japanese local would buy this. It'd probably be a foreigner or Chinese person or
I
someone not
see.
in Japan, right?
Yeah, so he said that the property can't be rebuilt. So that's the reason why Japanese person couldn't get a mortgage for it. So this specific property will have low demand, and maybe that's why the price is good. I think neighboring homes are probably selling in the like I didn't check Akiya, but I think they're in like the 300K range, like around this area.
Yeah, he said 40 to 60 million would be a new house and a used house would be 30 or 40. So I think we're getting a deal on this. Let's hope the home inspection comes back positive. I think we're going to try to document this. I think this is a good opportunity if you're listening to this and you want a turnkey property in Tokyo for 100 ish K. This is going to be our process. And I think, Joey, let's keep the crew update updated here. I think if we can do this, anyone else can, I believe.
Yeah.
So let's see. Ultimately, I think we talked about this, Joey, and we mentioned even a couple of times here that we're going to call this. I'm calling it Tokyo Home Base Camp, Tokyo Base Camp. What do you think?
I like Tokyo Base Camp, but
Okay, let's just
we
do
got
it.
to figure out what rolls off the tongue better. Like
Tokyo Base Camp is good. Like for our specific purpose, we are using this as a home base or base camp for when we do want to take the next step and buy something more. We have somewhere to come home and sleep. We have a place to store
yeah,
stuff.
the
This is going to hold
symbolism
its
is
value.
there as a
Yeah.
base camp, home base. The symbolism is there.
Hmm. Base camp sounds sexier, I would say, or more
I was
hardcore, right?
base camp.
Yeah. Everest Base Camp, Tokyo
I
Base
mean,
Camp.
that's what I was thinking. Everest Base Camp. It's probably like a Mount Fuji Base Camp, whatever the
Yeah.
first station is.
Fun fact: I was on at Everest Base Camp when the big earthquake hit. So hopefully, a big earthquake doesn't hit at Tokyo Base Camp.
Yeah. Do you think? I wonder if they did. We ask Yoshi if they updated the Taishin, the earthquake standards when they did the renovation. I
Yeah,
wonder.
let's ask them. The interesting thing is like this plot of, I feel like this is a really solid foundation spot because of the concrete and where it's located. Again, we haven't seen it in person, but like just from Google Earth and what I see, I feel like this is like a pretty rock solid spot. Even if the earthquake does happen, I don't think it's going to hit any other houses around us. So it'd probably be pretty easy to like reconstruct, I imagine. And but yeah, that's a good question. We definitely need, I wish they had put insulation in too. So maybe that's something we
I
do
know.
later on.
Yeah, I think that we part of our interest in this place is its turnkey nature. So I think we figure it out as is for now. But
Yeah. Downside, I don't think anyone's going to Airbnb this. This is pretty far. I think we could make this maybe into a digital nomad monthly rental at some point. It does have 4 bedrooms. That's pretty big. And it's, if someone wants Japanese life but not in central Tokyo, this is, I think, actually, if you like to golf too, this is a jackpot.
yeah, you golf every day.
Yeah, golf. We'd have a car, some bikes. You're close enough to Tokyo to go.
It looks like there's a little fence in the backyard that backs onto the golf
We'll
course. So you
figure
could
that
just
out.
cut a
We'll
little
figure.
hole in it.
Yeah. Well, I hope we don't get golf balls like through our windows and stuff. Do you think that's going to happen?
No, there's I think enough of the forest will stop the golf balls. Hopefully.
Okay. Cool. I think Tokyo Base Camp. Here we go. In Tama City. Very far. Looks turnkey. We're going to get that home inspection soon. We're going to keep you guys all up to date here. If anyone is interested in probably staying with us at some point, I think we'll probably have this place, best case scenario, fully up and operational by September. I'm convincing Joey to come to Japan with me. Joey, how are you feeling about that? You want to pick up the keys together here?
But it will be fun and a business expense as well. So
Totally.
give me a little more time to figure that out.
Okay. It'll be a mission. We'll gotta buy
We
a
still got to
car.
get it. We still got to get it first. I feel like I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, thinking about plane tickets, but we don't even we haven't even put an offer on the house yet. So
Yeah.
I
So it's,
think though, like,
yeah.
are we thinking of? I don't think we're thinking of lowballing on this at all. What are you thinking?
I don't think so. Yeah, I feel like we might have burned a bridge last time. I think it is worth how much it is. Just like from us looking at other properties, like I think this is worth what it is if it's actually true, and like, the home inspection doesn't show any corners they cut.
I don't know if we burned a bridge last time. They were scammers, anyways.
Okay. I hear you. But I think just this land, dude, this is a lot of land. 2,500 square feet lot in Tokyo. Like,
Yeah, we'll buy some nice parks too.
Yeah, buy some nice parks. So my gut is to let's just go at regular. Maybe we lowball it a little bit. I was saying 17 million, 420, 69, 0 or whatever, just to keep it spicy. But yeah, let's see. So next steps, it's mid-May right now. Our agent said he should be able to get this turned around by mid-June. So we're planning to hopefully go end of June to pick up keys. This is expedited because we actually have a Japanese bank account already and set up the pipes. If you're hearing this and you're like, hey, I can do the same, it will probably take a little longer. But
That's right. Yeah.
yeah. all our previous efforts, Joey, of getting this stuff set up has finally paid off, hopefully.
Yeah, just what I've noticed for anybody else, you transferring money. So we've used OFX both as a personal account and business account, and the business is much faster. Business account moves money within like a business day or two, maybe max, but personal account takes much longer, maybe 6 business days.
Yep. So, all right, buddy. Tokyo Base Camp. Hopefully, is a go. This is our
TBC.
third, or we've looked at a lot of properties now. This is like property number 5 we've looked at, I'd say, right?
Yeah, and I checked out a couple in person too.
So let's go. Hopefully the start of something cool. If you know anyone in Tama City that wants to help us out, I think we should look for another fixer type character, Joey. But for now,
that's right.
Yeah, a lot of work ahead of us. A lot of excited. I'm excited at the core of it. I really thought about it.
Tama River's nice. I'm actually on Google Street right now looking around. Tama River, nice.
Totally. There's infinite amounts of these Akiyas in the area and Tokyo and stuff, but I think life is guiding us towards this one, Joey. I say we just send it. Tokyo Base Camp. Let's go.
All right, TBC, let's go.
TBC, baby. Okay, see ya.
See ya.